Good afternoon. It's August 1st, 2023, and today we had a range day. Um, you can see prices stayed in the lower half of the range um, all day. And here's how it looks on the daily chart. I really thought that we would have a target to the low side of, what was it? The midline was, okay, the midline was 83, midline of this range I had drawn, but the measured move and the overnight was like 85.50, I think. Yeah, 85.25, 85.50, something like that. So I really thought we were going to try and make that measured move down because this is clearly one leg, but we never did. So we'll take a look at these trades, and I do believe that this trend channel is valid. However, it never really got confirmed. So, it's probably more like this. And that's what most people probably ended up playing. So I'll delete that. You can see we have a break and a move to a new low. And then we just went sideways. So 5 o'clock comes in right about here. And unfortunately, that'd be a little, I think that's too risky to go short there, especially you're going into new lows. But if you draw a channel, it looks pretty valid. But you just don't know that, and that's pretty risky. So anyway, we get the move to the new low, and we bounce. Here I was looking to go short. So yeah, really, I should mark. This is blue. I was looking to go short in here. I didn't want to take this second entry short, but it did in real time. It looked pretty good. It would have gotten you a scalp. You have a break and a move to a new high, but I think in that scenario, you're better off waiting on the lower high. And that comes right here. And it is, it's above the EMA, so and it's slightly bullish, so I'm not taking that. But if you're playing it the correct way, when you have this channel break, move to a new low, you get a nice reversal right here, failed second entry short. And you can see we broke out of this range, tested it here. Maybe it's a little higher. Maybe it's right there. And, it looks like we tried to test it here too. So that looks pretty good after the fact. When I was just watching it live, I just thought we were going to move to a new low. But if you were watching it and properly charting this, I think you got to go long there. And let's see. So this trap here, unfortunately, if you took the second entry long here, you would have gotten stopped out. And I think this is a range. And now I didn't even think about that, but I think this is, yeah, so we're just in a range. And you're going into this level of resistance. You can see that we found resistance there yet again as this bar turns down. So I think you got to wait there. Here, there's more room to the highs. But here, we've turned down 2 times, so you're basically going into a double test right there. And it's risky, and that's why you get trapped out, unfortunately, stopped out. Convincing break right here. That's a second entry long. I didn't even see that. So I think you can take this. Let's see if it makes it 4 ticks. I mean, it looks like the problem is it looks like it's one leg. It doesn't look like a 2-legged pullback. Oh, 350. So that gets you exactly 4 ticks. I just don't. I'm not crazy about that because it looks like a one-legged pullback. And I think what happens here is you get one leg down, two legs of correction. The second leg is weak, and then it fails, and that's two legs of correction, and boom. That's when it starts going higher. So you would have gotten lucky right there. And here, you get a failed second entry short, but look at all these dojis and stems. I don't like that. And then, what did I see? I thought I saw something else in here. No, there's a news item coming, so you probably want to stay out anyway. You can see it goes crazy for a minute. There is a second entry right here. But this channel is no longer valid, so we don't really know what's going on. You can see it tests this high and rockets on down. You get a failed second entry long. I marked it green. But that looks pretty good to me. It's just that it's far from the EMA. But, I mean, you might have a channel drawn at that point off this swing, and that would make that off the trend line. So there's reasons to like that one. Big move. A lot of people like that. We got a break. Move to a new low. And unfortunately, we get this failure down here. You're going right into the EMA, so I don't think you can take that. But if you notice, we got a double bottom here. First entry, failed second entry, short. Kind of like this channel. This is looking stemmy, not as much as this channel up here, but there's a lot of stems in here, so I marked this green. But it does what it's supposed to do. It's a failed second entry short, and we go higher. You can see we get an overshoot. It leads to a break, and then you get this first entry, second entry. We made a new high, and then you get a lower high. So I think if you don't take this one, which I should mark that one. If you don't take this one, I like this one. Problem is there's not as much room. There's probably 3 or 4 ticks back to the EMA at this point. And then I didn't see this failure. Maybe you take that. It's just not clear what prices are doing because we have inconsistent lows and highs. But maybe you take this one. That forms this channel down. Now we get a break. And I like this double test. Technically a second entry short, bearish bar. We should get a new low for this channel. I think that's a good trade. A little too much stem for my liking, but I think it should be good for a scalp. And eventually we get that move down to a new low, and you get a break below the overnight lows. That's basically a double test of the overnight lows. So maybe you take that. A lot of room back to the EMA. Let me make this a little smaller. So you can see a lot of people like that breakout. Kind of looks like a failure right here, but technically it's not, so I'm not going to mark that. Get this move up. And then you get a two-legged pullback, and then it goes higher. So I did want to talk about this one. Look at those two legs, pretty much two measured legs right here, but you have this double top and you get a first entry, second entry. And again, this is an example. I think this is a 4-tick failure. First of all, look at all these dojis and stems. Okay, your signal bar is a doji itself. But this is one leg down. Even though this breaks higher pretty significantly, this is just one leg down. Then we get the second leg down. And really, if you look, you get two legs within this one leg. So that's what that is. That's the start of the second leg. And then in this second leg down, you have two legs within it. So, you know, that's something that could have kept you out of this trade. We made a new high. It fails. And then we get this second leg up, and I don't think you can take this, even though it's a failure. I think you're just in no man's land. And then we get this second entry long off the trend line, confirming the trend line, but unfortunately, signal bar is no good. Maybe if you're being super aggressive after this bar, you drop a limit order or something. That's probably what these people did before it went a little higher. And then we get a break and move to a new high. I like this one. This is a second entry short. We have a break of this channel, move to a new high. We haven't been above this midline much all day. So I really like this one. And you can see a lot of other people like that. We make 2 legs down, test that opening price before bouncing. This looks pretty good to me too. This is late in the day, but I really like this, to be honest. You got this. You got this move down, break, move to a new low, higher low. I think that's as good as it gets for these higher lows, and that's probably 5 ticks back to the EMA. Oh wow, it's only 3 ticks back to the EMA, but I like that because the EMA didn't carry as much weight today as as it often does. And this kind of looks like a second entry short, but that's too late. You're cutting it close. So that's how I saw it today. I hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.